First of all, Packers-Bears championship game coming up next week. It's amazing how many times they've met and how little times it's been in the playoffs.
I was stunned by this. Tom Hanc, our resident Chicago Bears fan, did some research. They played 181 times, the Packers versus the Bears. Guess how many playoff games they played against each other?
Well, I saw it, so it's going to be easy for me to guess.
All right.
One.
One. I can't believe that. It seems like the Steelers and the Ravens have played each other in the playoffs 8 times in the last 4 years. Right?
No, because I was going to say Packers and Bears are in the same division. That's why, of course, they would play in the playoffs less often.
Of course.
Right. But then the Steelers and the Ravens play each other, it seems like, every single year.
Yeah, it's amazing. 181 games and only 1 playoff game.
Right. And who won that?
Tom, who won that game?
I think he's going to have a good answer.
Sorry, say that again?
Who won the one playoff game between the Packers and the Bears?
The Bears crushed the Packers.
All right, so do you think that's going to happen again this time around?
No, I don't think that at all. I think actually you want a really good stat. The last 5 of the last 6 games and 6 of the last 8 have been decided by 7 points or less between the Bears-Packers, and they split those games.
Right, and so look, of course you're a Bears fan. They're playing in Chicago. You're going to be hopeful, but that Packers offense looks devastating. You got to be a little scared.
Oh, I'm definitely scared. But I mean, a few weeks ago, they held the Packers to 10 points at Lambeau Field when they didn't really have anything to play for.
Right. No, that's true. It's true. And so I think about that often too. Now the Packers are favored by 3.5. A lot of people love the Packers, but I don't like 3.5 points because you're right. A lot of those games have been close, and I think people are underselling the Bears a little bit. The flip side is Jay Cutler versus Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Steve, who's going to win that?
It's going to be 28-14 Packers. I'm sorry, Tom. Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. It's over.
Sorry.
You're going against recent history and statistics.
It's over. What would Spike Lee say?
I believe he would have 4 letters for you. O-V-A-H. Ova.
Look, you're right. Rodgers is a more consistent quarterback than Cutler is. That's definitely true, and you know Cutler could have a meltdown. But at the same time, there's Devin Hester, there's an amazing kicker, there's amazing just special teams, and Lovey's big thing, because earlier off the air you asked me what it's like to be a Bears fan, what this game means, right? And for years, the Packers always destroyed the Bears under Wannstedt, under Dick Duran, and so Lovey's big thing when he came in wasn't, we're going to win the division, we're going to go to a playoff game, we're going to win the Super Bowl. His number one thing was, we're going to beat the Packers. And his first game as an NFL coach was actually a win over the Packers. And that was his thing. That was always a thing he drilled home. And his other big thing is turnovers. Turnovers, turnovers, turnovers. And that's the big thing with the Bears is they pull it out of nowhere. They just make ridiculous plays on special teams and with their turnovers, with their defense. And even if they're going up against a great quarterback, you put those 2 phases of the game together and they put wins together.
I hate to do it to you, Tom. Now, look, you make a compelling case, right? And Lovie Smith on the Packers, that's really good. It makes me not want to bet the game again, even though I think the Packers are going to win, right? Because I think it might be closer than a lot of people say. And the turnovers is critical, that's real, et cetera, et cetera. But the first guy you mentioned was Devin Hester. Like, when you have, like, hey, but we got Devin Hester. Like, Devin Hester's all right, you know? Jay Cutler is inconsistent. Then you got Johnny Knox. Matt Forte is pretty good. On the other side, they got Aaron Rodgers. You guys are in trouble.
Look, Tom, congratulations on a fine season, but it's going to end soon, okay? The Bears played great this year. They played over their heads. I think it's a big success. Getting to the championship game is awesome, but it's done. It's done.
How patronizing this.
You
had a good season. You had a good run.
Thank you for playing, but it's over now.
Let me remind you of one more thing. In Week 11, the Philadelphia Eagles were arguably the best team in football with the hottest quarterback in football who hadn't thrown an interception this season. And Michael Vick came to Soldier Field, he threw his first pick, and the Bears defeated the Eagles. And there was a lot of this talk back then about, oh, no way, the Bears are going to be destroyed. Vick is so good, such a hot streak, such a hot team. And they lost.
My last point is this. I hope to God Tom is right, okay? Because I'm a Steelers fan. I would love to play Jay Cutler instead of Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers looks so good, okay? But Cutler, he's going to put together 3 consistent games to win the Super Bowl? Not going to happen. He might win the NFC Championship, which would be great. He ain't going to beat if it's the Steelers, he ain't going to beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl. So I hope to God you're right.
All right, Kraken versus conversation.
Again. Okay.
We saw how that turned out.
Okay. Part 2. Let's see how it turns out.